On an ordinary morning in 1955, a Douglas DC-4 passenger plane took off from New York, heading toward Miami. A short flight, just 3 hours, 57 passengers on board, and a crew of 4. Everything was routine. The weather was stable, the pilot experienced, the engines running smoothly, until suddenly, communication with the aircraft was lost. No distress signal, no radar deviation. The plane simply vanished from the sky as if it had evaporated into thin air. A massive search was launched. The U.S. Air Force and Coast Guard combed every mile between New York and Miami. But nothing was found. No wreckage, no radio signals, no bodies. The plane was officially declared lost. The passengers were presumed dead, and the case was closed as an unexplained disappearance. But then, exactly 37 years later, on a sunny day in 1992, air traffic controllers at Caracas International Airport in Venezuela spotted something unusual on their radar. A slow-moving aircraft coming from an odd direction. It looked like an old plane, not listed in any flight schedule. They reached out to the aircraft and the reply shocked them. "This is Flight 914, from New York to Miami, requesting permission to land." There was silence in the control tower. "Did you say Flight 914, from New York to Miami?" "Yes," replied the pilot. "We took off this morning, July 2nd, 1955. The staff couldn't believe it. The aircraft approaching was decades out of place, and as it drew closer, they noticed its engines sounded outdated and the crew's uniforms matched those from the 1950s. Before anyone could reach the aircraft, things got even stranger. The pilot began to panic. "Where are we? Why does everything look strange? What is this place?" Controllers tried to calm him, told him to shut down the engines and move toward the terminal. But instead, the pilot revved the engines, took off again, and disappeared from radar. Just like that. Gone. All that remained was a recording of the radio conversation, and a handful of witnesses who swore the incident was real. Some claimed they saw the passengers staring through the windows, confused, shocked, and terrified, as if they somehow sensed they no longer belonged in this time. An investigation was quietly opened. But the Venezuelan government denied everything. They called it a radar anomaly, or a visual misinterpretation. Still, questions remain. Did Flight 914 somehow fall into a time warp? Did it get trapped between dimensions, suspended in time for nearly 4 decades? Some conspiracy theories say it traveled through a time tunnel, and that the people on board never even realized they had vanished. They thought it was still 1955, while the world outside had already changed forever. This story, bizarre as it sounds, continues to be one of aviation's most chilling unsolved mysteries. A plane lost for decades, that returned for mere minutes, only to vanish once more. So we ask again, where did Flight 914 go for all those years? And more importantly, could it come back again?